You are the reason for my smile, not a small thing to say, not a casual offering, not the kind of words you give away easily to anyone who passes through your life briefly, pleasantly, without leaving anything permanent, without changing anything structural, without rearranging the interior landscape in ways that persist, in ways that you carry forward into every subsequent day, into every morning that follows the morning you understood what had changed. These words are specific, they belong to a specific person for specific reasons that I want to name clearly, honestly, without exaggeration, without the inflation that happens when feeling is expressed carelessly, when the weight of something true gets lost in language that has been used too many times by too many people for too many different reasons, until the words themselves become approximate, become a gesture toward meaning rather than the meaning itself. I want the meaning itself. I want to give you words that actually carry what I am trying to say, rather than words that only point in the general direction of it. You are the reason for my smile, and I want to tell you what that means, what it actually means in the specific daily real experienced sense, not the romantic abstract sense, not the beautiful idea of it, but the lived reality of it, the thing that happens in my body when you are present, when you say something, when you look at me in the way you look, when you do the small, unremarkable things that only I notice, only I register as significant, because I am the one paying the specific quality of attention to you that love produces, the attention that notices everything, that stores everything, that returns to small moments long after they have passed, and finds them still, full still, warm still, capable of producing the original feeling in miniature, in memory. The smile is real. I want to say that first, because it matters that it is real, that it is not performed, not the social expression, not the thing my face does in public, because public requires certain expressions at certain moments, regardless of what is actually happening internally, regardless of what the real interior weather is. This smile is different, is the involuntary kind, the kind that happens before the decision to smile, the kind that the face produces on its own because something has reached it, something has passed through whatever filters stand between the interior and the exterior and arrived at the face as the honest expression of what is actually happening inside. You reach that place consistently in ways that very few things do, in ways that I have stopped trying to manage or moderate or keep proportionate to what the moment seems to call for, because the smile does not ask my permission, does not consult me about whether this is an appropriate moment for this particular expression of what I feel. It just arrives. When you arrive, when your name appears, when your voice comes through, when the thought of you surfaces in the middle of something completely unrelated and brings with it this warmth, this specific warmth that is yours, that I have come to recognize as belonging to thoughts of you, to your presence, real or remembered or anticipated, the warmth that precedes the smile that is its own thing, its own signal, its own way of my interior saying, this person, this thought, this specific warmth, that means you. I want to talk about what it means to be the reason for someone's smile, because I think it is not always understood what a significant thing that is, what it actually means in terms of what a person brings to another person's life, what they change, what they produce in the daily, ordinary lived experience of being alive in a body, in a life full of the full range of human experience, the difficult and the beautiful and the mundane and the unexpected and the grief and the joy and all the complicated, layered, textured reality of actually living a life rather than just describing one to be the reason for someone's smile inside. all of that is to be a source of genuine lightness, genuine warmth, genuine, the specific quality of feeling that the face expresses involuntarily as a smile. It is to be something that makes the weight of everything else slightly more bearable, slightly more navigable, slightly more like something a person can carry and still find moments of genuine warmth inside it, still find the smile that is not forced, not managed, not produced by effort, but simply there because you are there, because the thought of you is there, because you exist, and your existence in my life changes the quality of my life in this specific measurable way that I can point to and name and say this. This is what you do, this is what your presence produces, this is the evidence of what it means to have you in my life. I want to be specific about the smile because specificity is honest, and honesty is what this deserves, what you deserve. The smile happens in the morning, sometimes before I am fully awake, before the day has assembled itself around me with its requirements and expectations, before the roles have reassembled, before I am the version of myself the day requires, in that space between sleep and waking where you are most yourself, most unguarded, most simply present without any of the layering that the waking day adds in. That space, you appear sometimes as a thought, as a warmth, as a presence in the mind that has not yet organized itself into the day, and the smile happens there in that space before I have decided to smile, before anything has been chosen. It just happens as the first real thing of the day, as the face's honest response to the first real feeling, which is you, which is the warmth of thinking of you, which is the specific quality of beginning a day that contains you, that will at some point include your voice, your presence, the specific reality of you that I carry through every day, whether you are physically present or not, because you have become part of the daily interior landscape, the permanent furniture of how I experience being alive in this particular season of my life. The smile happens when you say something unexpected, when you reveal something about how you see the world that I did not know before. That surprises me in the specific, delightful way that only the genuinely interesting mind of a genuinely interesting person can surprise you, because I thought I knew the general shape of how you think, and then you say something that exceeds that shape, that shows me the shape is larger than I mapped it, that there is more of you than my current understanding contains, and I will have to expand again, will have to make the map larger to include this new territory, and the expansion feels good, feels like the best kind of surprise, the kind that does not destabilize but enriches, the kind that makes you more rather than differently. You confirms that the person I am in relationship with is the kind that keeps revealing new dimensions, keeps giving the curiosity new things to engage with, keeps making the ongoing project of knowing them interesting rather than complete, rather than a thing that can be finished, that has edges that can be reached and mapped, and then there is nothing new. The smile happens at those moments of unexpected revelation, happens when you exceed my existing understanding of you in the specific direction of more interesting, more surprising, more fully themselves than I had yet seen. The smile happens when you are kind in the ways that are not required, in the ways that cost something, in the ways that no one would know about if you did not do them, in the ways that are just the expression of who you are, when no performance is required, when no one is watching, when the only reason to do the kind thing is that you are someone who does the kind thing because that is who you are, because your character produces that response naturally, without calculation, without the asking of what will this look like, what will this earn me, what is the strategic value of this generosity, just the generosity itself, just the kindness as the natural expression of the person you actually are. The smile happens when I see that, when I witness it, when I am given another piece of evidence of what you are made of, what your character actually consists of in the daily private, unwatched moments that tell the real story about a person more accurately than any public moment could ever tell it. I want to talk about what your smile does to me, because this is not a one direction thing, because when you smile, something happens that deserves its own honest description, its own space in this accounting of what you are to me, of what your presence does to my daily experience of being alive. When you smile, something in me responds before I have decided to respond, before anything is chosen or managed or appropriate or considered. Just responds in the immediate, involuntary way that genuine responses work, the ones that come from somewhere deeper than decision, deeper than consideration, deeper than the careful management of how you appear and what you reveal and how much you let show of what you actually feel when you smile. That management becomes irrelevant, becomes beside the point, because the point has just arrived, which is your face. Doing that, your whole face participating in it, the way your whole face participates in your feelings in the specific way that is entirely yours, entirely unrepeatable, entirely the particular expression of this particular person that no one else has or could have, because it belongs to the specific combination of who you are, A,